racing line, works his way to the top end. V. Gaines, his third consecutive countdown since he was a runner-up at Sonoma, just one round win over the last 3 races. Alan Johnson, the last 4 times on tour, he's only been past the second round once.
And Alan Johnson's number 3 in my power rankings here. And the Pro Stock was the one category. I came into this event, just picked the top 3 in points and put them at the top of the power rankings. Figure over 18 races, they were the best. But when I did my regular formula, which was a 3 race formula, Pro Stock was the only category where the top 3 were still the best 3 from the previous 3 races. It's a lot of 3s.
Oh, left turn, Alan Johnson. Oh, he's crossed the center line. Give it to V. Gaines, who's got a handful. Gaines into the wall, upside down. Brings it to a stop. Oh, you can see V moving around in there. That is the best news. Very scary incident. That's that same left lane Shane Gray had a problem in 2012. That home-built race car destroyed.
He looks okay. I mean, he's taking his belts off. He's shutting all the switches off. Doesn't look too nervous. Definitely moving around. That's a great sign.
A little bit of a fire. NHRA Safety Safari on the scene. They've got that extinguished. And of course, the immediate concern is V. Gaines. You can see him moving around, as we mentioned. That's good news. Still could be bumped up, beaten and bruised in there for sure.
Well, you know, Safety Safari gets there. The first order was get the fire out. It was a small fire. Now they're checking on V, make sure everything's okay. They don't, if he's sore or has problems just not wanting to move, they check all of the extremities to make sure, okay, you're all right. Come on and get out of the car. You know, some drivers like me, I always wanted to get right out of the car as soon as I could.
Now at the starting line, Johnny Gray leading a contingent of drivers and crew people that are certainly not happy about what's going on out there. This track has proven to be very tricky through the first 4 pair of Pro Stock cars.
You knew this was going to happen as far as the Pro Stock contingent getting upset. And quite rightfully so. I mean, that thing was a big crash, and we saw a number of cars. Now, after the first pair went down, the NHRA did spray down track some more for the Pro Stock contingent. But obviously, it didn't seem to make a whole lot of difference because a number of cars were struggling. You saw Allen early in the run. I think that had a lot more to do with setup as much as the track. The down track, definitely a track issue there. Boy, that was the best thing right there was when it started barrel rolling and finally get all 4 and stop. That was probably a good thing for me.
In the interest of fair reporting, it is V. Gaines that does get credit for that round win. He crossed the center line as well, but he didn't hit the wall till after the finish line. So first or worst in this case, Alan Johnson was the first to cross the center line.
That's right, first or worst. So Alan will cross the center line first, and then V. Gaines crossed the center line down track and crashed after the finish. If he'd hit the wall before the finish, it would have been worse and he would have been disqualified. But since Alan crossed the center line first during the quarter-mile run, he is out. V. Gaines would be your winner.
Concern at the starting line, concern at the top end as well. Gary Gerald.
Greg Anderson, I know you were concerned when you got out of your car after your run in that left lane. Yeah. How tough is it to handle?
Well, it's ridiculous. It's impassable. There's no way. I was absolutely on a perfect run and in the middle of the racetrack, and it was like you hit banana peels. It turned instantly 90 degrees. There is nothing you can do but lift. There's no way to go through there. It's impossible. I have no idea what they've done, what's happened out there, but it's impassable. And I try to get out of the car and say, look, you've got to stop it. You've got to do something. Somebody's going to get hurt. Car's upside down. Bad deal.
So frustration boiling over as V. Gaines is now out of the car. That's great to hear. Boy, and it happens in a hurry. The car did just about everything. Upside down, on its nose. Just incredible. Mike, you've been in those situations before. When you know it's going to go over, what's the feeling like?
It's scary. Actually, I've never been in a situation where I knew it was going over. I did roll a car in 1983 at the World Finals of Orange County, but I couldn't see where I was going. I was getting the car stopped, and it was bouncing, and I thought it was okay, and then it rolled, and I thought I went off the track and hit something. Well, looking at the video later, you can see the engine had blown up and was on top of the fuel tank, and when I got it bouncing, it rolled up and hooked the left front A-arm, front wheel, and then rolled But it's when that thing starts going over, that wasn't a good feeling.
Risk versus reward is something a race car driver faces every day. V. Gaines is out of the car with Gary Jones.
Well, fortunately, V. Gaines, always smiling, out of the car, appears to be all right. Put us in the seat, V. How quickly did that happen? What did happen?
You know, I never felt it happen. It was all of a sudden sideways, and normally they'll talk to you a little bit. Just didn't talk to me. It was gone. And I tried to correct it a little bit, but there's no correcting. It was done. First time I've been on my lid. That's an interesting ride.
Had you ever thought about that possibility in the years that you've been a competitor?
Oh, every time you come to a track, you think, oh, man, you know, I sure hope it doesn't happen. You know it's going to happen sooner or later. You don't want it to happen, but it's part of racing, you know. It's a bad part, but it's a part of racing.
And I know it's obviously very early, but the car extensively damaged. You're thinking ahead already about what you may or may not do for the rest of the countdown?
Well, we got the old Avenger back in the barn, and we're going to run back home, and we're going to get that thing ready, and we'll be in Dallas. And the car is an awfully good car. As you remember, our first two races, we were runner-up, and you know, this car we've been struggling with the entire season. So we're looking forward to being in Dallas and picking up where we left off. And you know, it's a tough deal. What can I say?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So with V bowing out, we now know the winner of Jonathan Gray and Roger Brogdon will get that single in the second round, as V just absolutely destroyed a race car. The concern, obviously, for the racetrack, this is where V's car bit in to the Z-Max racing surface.
They're going to fill in them cracks and creases there to try to get back to racing, and we'll see if they can do some prep on that racetrack as well to keep those pro stocks stuck.
But there also is other concerns. The track chipping up in places on the racing surface where the cars are applying all that horsepower.
Well, and the aggregate is pulling up from the concrete, and that's been an issue. There's been an issue with some of the fuel cars getting cut tires. Luckily, nobody went down. And when you put more glue on the other end for the pro stock cars to try to get them to bite, well, the fuel cars will go down and pull that up. So it becomes an issue for both of them, of all the classes now.
Right. So a very unfortunate incident gives everybody a moment to pause. V. Gaines is okay after a very dramatic race crash in his car, and the NHRA Safety Safari and the Mellow Yellow safety crews are taking a look at this racetrack. This is what it looked like when V. Gaines destroyed a car, not the way he wanted to start. Countdown to the championship today at the Carolina Nationals.